All right, everybody. Let me get some little music going here. A little flow music, huh? What do you say? And I'm going to tone that down just a little bit, just so we got it a little bit in the background. Yeah, tone that down a bit. And by the way, you may not even be getting that music because let me do this. And here, there. Now you should be getting this music, yeah? Okay, it's not live. I got the same chat as I had going, but let me get caught up here. All right, all right. I think we're let me know if the music is going now, please. That would be helpful. Happy Saturday night, everybody. I hope you are all well. I'm excited to spend a Saturday night with you here. Hold on. Yellow. Did it? No. Oh, jeez. No, well, doesn't look like it's refreshing here. Hold on a second. What the heck is going on? Yeah, something's wrong. Um, yeah, it's still not happening. Let's see if we got any Facebook chatters. No, we don't. What the hell's going on with Facebook? It says I can't live stream, so it's restricted. They not only blocked me, but they're restricting me. Well, we just disagree with the decision. Is she on it now? Okay. Yeah, we're still. All right, you're hearing it now. Good. We're still trying to get you guys up and running on Facebook, unfortunately. Um, and it's not letting me live stream. Hey, Jen. So the go ahead. You can go ahead and challenge it. Are you? Do you see that still up in front of you? Yeah. All right. Now I think it's probably because we're both logging in at the same time. Unfortunately. All right. And that's not working either. No. All right. Okay, so just post on Facebook to just post a link tree on Facebook if you would, and then people can watch it on anything else, and I'll do the same. So you post on yours, and I'll post on mine. Yeah. Um, um, and thanks. Awesome. 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 Okay. Thanks. Thanks, Gals. Appreciate it. All right. All right. Bye bye. All right, my friends. Sorry for this. This is what it looks like behind the scenes when you're in the chat and I'm not there. Basically, maddening, maddening. But we're getting stopped. We're getting blocked by Facebook, um, which is quite. It's happened before. It'll probably happen again, and because we keep trying to stay there and stay on the battlefield there in Facebook. And so it's very frustrating dealing with this. And so it is what it is. But the attacks are intensifying. So I think that, yeah, I knew you were hearing me. Thank you for the heads up on that. Um, uh, because I could have clicked off, but I know you guys were, you could just see what I have to deal with. So at any rate, it's Saturday. Isn't everyone off? No, we're jumping in because we didn't do last night. I can't go to Rumble right now. I'm working on that issue right now as well, because they make you jump through a bunch of hoops, and one of the hoops is a hard drive. Involves a hard drive that I got locking up my screen, or locking up my yeah, my computer. So yeah, it's time to go to my new home. You're right about that, and we're working on that. We had a call on that today. We're going to have some calls this week. Yeah. I could live stream on another Facebook account. Well, if you guys can share it into Facebook, that would be good. But that's a good idea. Live stream into another Facebook account. Yeah, Otis, thank you for that. Um, we'll do that next time. It takes a bit to set up, to do that through my restream. So, but I'll figure it out. I'm not on Getter yet. I am on Getter under David Snedeker on Getter. So if you guys want to find me on Getter, I'm not live streaming yet. I got to find out what it takes to live stream on Getter. If you know more about that, please reach out, davesnet at gmail. Um, so we'll do this. So please share the show. Maybe you could just share a link to the show from Twitch, from D Live, from Twitter, wherever you're watching it. If you can share onto Facebook, that would be helpful. Yeah, no show notes tonight, my friends. We are just flying by the seat of our pants, just doing a casual show here. And I'm even going to, let a little slow jam run here. I think you guys probably cannot hear that music. Is that accurate? Yeah, Facebook's a pain in the ass. Yeah, free balling tonight. Right, no music. Okay. You would get music if I did this. Now you have music, right? Again, I'm having to, unfortunately, use this software, um, uh, which I'm not used to doing, but so I've got to figure it out. It was very low, but now it's. Are you getting the music now? Uh, I just shared the Facebook and it's not sharing it. Sharon, would somebody else try that and see if it works, please? Um, it's totally okay. We don't have music, Dave. Well, thank you. I was just thinking it might be nice, but it should. This music should be playing now, and it's not. No music. That's really weird because it should be coming from the internal. Huh. All right. Well, I'm not gonna worry about it. All right. It'll just be us, you and me, and the sound of my voice. Welcome to 99.1 on the FM dial. I am Dave Snedeker. This is the Slow Jam. Welcome to the Sned Shed, where we are about to get jiggy with it. I got uh, Mr. Whistle Whiskers on my lap here, just being really, really cute. That's what he looks like on my lap right here. Okay. All right. So if you could picture that on my lap the whole night. Hey, buddy, how you doing? He is my Ed McMahon, if you will. So sorry, Todd, you're gonna have to move over on the couch, buddy, because Mr. Whistle Whiskers is entering the room. Uh, Todd and Cindy are going to join us here in a little bit. So it's going to be kind of like a normal show, not as much content. We're going to be focusing on a few key points, and we'll do some Q&A. We'll hang out a bit. Uh, Maybe we'll hold on a second. Where did that come from? Where did that go? Where the hell did that go? That just disappeared. That was oh, there it is. Excuse me. We might we might do some water aerobics. Um, can you hear me say water aerobics? Um, this is some special kind of stupid right here, folks. I mean, this is how easily man can be manipulated, right? That was from Teresa Alexander, or Therese. Yeah. So, there you go with that. That's a lot of fun, isn't it? To see humanity lined up like sheep. Um, Bonnie, love your cat. I got 3 members in my house. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah. Is that crazy? Did you guys hear me say water aerobics when I showed that picture? I'm trying to figure out my audio here. Let me see. The Snedheads mascot. Yes, Mr. Whistle Whiskers. Um, let's see. Patty, I shared it on Facebook. It worked for this link. Thank you, Patty. And Patty is sharing the YouTube link. So thank you for that. So, yes, please use the YouTube link. So glad you're on tonight. Thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. Let me see. Let me see. Um, this is so annoying. Yeah, I said it. We heard you say it with the pic of those people in the pool. Awesome. I'm on Facebook now. Okay. Interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, the chlorine probably kills the virus anyway. Um, yeah. Okay. Um, let's see. Unbelievable. All right, my friends. So let's chat a little bit. First off, a lot going on this week, as you know. A lot of people making speculations about what's going on, and we're trying to figure it out ourselves. But first, let's. I have no idea. We have 826 in the house tonight in the Sned Shed. Welcome, one and all. Let's check our coats, folks. If you're new here, please let us know. We'd love to welcome you. You're among almost 1,000 beautiful, awake human beings, and we are broadcasting from Los Angeles, from the Sned Shed here in Topanga, California, and we are in a very warm spot. And so you imagine yourself coming in out of the cold, and you have a big, big, heavy coat on. And all we're going to ask you to do is imagine that holds all your indoctrination, all your preconceived notions, your unconscious bias, your ego, and all the indoctrination that's been dumped upon you. And we just ask you to take off the coat, check the coat at the coat check. It's safe there, all your beliefs, everything you believe up until now. Grab a claim ticket, grab a snack, grab a drink, grab your favorite person, your favorite little furry animal, your favorite you, and come on in. Let's download some info and also have some fun tonight. Cheers, everybody. All righty. Alrighty, alrighty. So I had a thought tonight, earlier today, right? Um, and the thought was this: the world will know my name. The world will know my name. What does that mean? Um, a lot of people say that that could lead to I don't know, immortality. You leave your mark in the world. Um, you make an impact with others around you. The world will know my name. They do in different areas. Um, but let me narrow this down a little bit. The world will know your name. Define your world, right? Um, could you be famous to the whole world? Absolutely. People do it every day. People do one video and they go viral and they're known around the world. Are they remembered? Maybe not. Do another video that goes viral, another, or grab an audience. Yes, that can happen, right? So the world knows my name in the sense that back when I became an All American in basketball, for example, right? The world knew my name. But what world? You probably didn't. Um, so my world at the time was the basketball world. People that followed high school basketball, people that followed college basketball, um, they knew my name. Actually, let me rephrase that. People that followed high school, a lot of people knew my name. People that followed college, a lot of people didn't know my name because I never quite made an impact in college. Now, as part of the Final Four team at Providence College, yes, I made an impact there. But a lot of people didn't know the name Dave Snedeker in college basketball. Then in professional basketball, did the world know my name? Well, the Global Basketball Association knew my name. All the people that followed our league knew my name. People over in Istanbul, Turkey knew my name when I played professionally over there and in Turkey in general. But again, it's a small world. It may seem like I'm, very famous or whatever, or other people are like that, but it's a small world because it's the basketball world, right? Then I got into the business world and people knew my name, but it was a much smaller world. Then I got into film and commercials, and people knew my name. Again, bit wider, but still, a very finite world of people who knew who I was. And now that I'm doing what I'm doing now, the world knows my name, and it could be worldwide. But again, it's a small demographic of people that know my name. So, and then of course the people I know, like I know a lot of people, and they know my name certainly. But why do they know my name? They know my name because I could put a basketball in a hoop. They know my name because I ran a business. They know my name because I made I was directing and producing a feature film after being in the business for a year and a half. They know my name from as being an actor. Um, those are all fine and good, small worlds, but also it's not just the world, but it's what they know me for, right? Oh, he's a great basketball player. Oh, it's a good businessman. Oh, he made some good movies. Uh, Not enough for me. Um, Fame is a fiat currency that rapidly depreciates. So what do they know my name for? The reason that the purpose, the mission that you know my name for is my most proud. Um, I just caught this. Hold on. Richard Welch, new this week, Dave. Love your show. Where we go one, we go all. Richard, welcome. Welcome. I'm so glad you let us know. I don't see all the chats because they go flying by, but I'm glad I caught that one. Yeah, I'm not on Facebook, Diana. I think I'm suspended or something on Facebook. Um, so happy birthday, Parisa. Fantastic. Happy birthday, Parisa. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Parisa. Happy birthday to you. Whoa, wait a minute. It's Pete's birthday? Are we talking Crazy Pete birthday today? Hold on. I want to get confirmation on that. It will inform my energy. Richard's like, dude, this dude's singing now. I'm out of here. Erica, most important, God knows your name. Thank you, Erica. Thank you. But he knows all our names, right? Um, yeah, Facebook is down. I don't know why. Um, yeah, but thanks for jumping on another platform. And thank you, Jen, for that. Let me see. Did I see is it Quasi Pete? Hold on. It's weird when I cover I hate Facebook. Your following was growing again. Oh, I know, right, Lynn? I mean, as soon as I get up over a certain number, they just cut my legs out. Quasi Pete, it's you, brother. Pete, been with me. You are old school, brother. OG, Snedhead. I love you, man. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Whiskers is getting up for this one, Pete. Happy birthday, Quasi Pete. People think he's crazy. Happy birthday to you. And many more, my friend, many, many, many more, but in a different level, a different paradigm, one that is free, one that is joyous, one that is awake with humanity. So fantastic. D, part of your charm is comedy and singing. Thank you, D. I appreciate that. Yeah. And some people knew me for stand up. It was a decent sized room, but it was one time. So, so all right, my friends. Let's so just from a standpoint of there's whiskers flying by, finding another place to sit. Hey, dude, come on, man, down in front. So this is your new media, my friends. This this is what it looks like. Um, so the thing is what is your audience? What is your mission? And even if it's a small audience, don't you want to be known for something that matters? Because the world will know your name. Because what happens is in a situation that we're presently in right now, world changing events, right? People world being affected events. So here's the thing, heroes are made at such times in human history. And sometimes the hero is just somebody that stands up for truth, somebody that stands up for what's right. And I'll tell you, I've stood up for people before and they never forget that. And we are at a time in human history when not only opportunities for simple heroic acts are so abundant, but never before in human history have they been so important as a simple act of truth, kindness, help for somebody that needs it right now. Prayer. We've all heard the term, it doesn't matter how bad things are for you, somebody always has it worse off, right? I had a rough day yesterday. Millions of people had it worse off than I did. Millions. Not even close. My my problems are third world problems and they're surmountable. And so just simple acts of kindness, simple acts of support for those in need right now is a simple act of heroism. So the world will know your name. Find out what world you want that to be. Certainly, when this is all said and done, the world will know that you tried to warn your fellow brothers and sisters that there was damage, there was danger up ahead. I just thought in my head today of a meme of me yelling, "Watch out!" And we're on a sailboat, and there's somebody in the foreground there, and the sail is whipping around the beam, what do you call it? The boom is whipping around, and it's about to take their head off, and I'm like, "Watch out!" And the boom says on it, vaccines. And the person I'm trying to help has a little bubble that says, "You're not a doctor. You're no doctor." And obviously it's going to hit them because they're not going to duck. So that person, after they get knocked in the head or unconscious and wake up, they're going to say, "Thanks for trying to warn me. I guess I was a little thick-headed." Right? So that's where we're at. We're trying to warn people, right? Sissy says, "I have the same medical degree as Bill Gates." Exactly. Right? Um, we're trying to warn people. We're trying to show people that there's Glenn Beck talked about just the other day. I didn't show this video. Maybe I'll pull it up tonight, but many of you've seen it. Um, Glenn Beck was talking about in 2015 that the NAIAD run by Fauci got a patent on a vaccine for the exact purpose. They called it the Frankenstein COVID vaccine or a variant. And and we're trying to warn people that the very government that is mandating these vaccines also makes money from the vaccines because they share a patent with Moderna. The the very people that are mandating this are benefiting from pharmacological investment in their campaigns and in their, giving them money under the table. And all we're trying to do is show the people that why don't you challenge your sources of information? Because your sources of information are they have a conflict of interest. They have a steep and deep conflict of interest. Cheers, everybody. That they must see if they are to save themselves. So the bigger you make your world, the bigger you make your reach, the more people will know your name for having done something that's very brave because there's risk in extending ourselves in such a manner that we are trying to bring awareness to the human population. We risk losing relationships. We risk losing um, spouses, children, work opportunities, jobs by just sharing what we've found to be true. That is an act of courage. And instead of being greeted with gratitude for such an act of courage, we are immediately discredited, and they instead listen to those who have a conflict of interest, a financial incentive in trying to um, harm us and give us bad information. The pharmaceutical companies, finance the media industry. The banks that own the pharmaceutical companies own the media industry. The 13 families that run the planet own all of those. This is what we need to start looking at, and this is what we're missing as a society. So, what do you say? Um, let's see. I had a friend today tell me they were proud of me for standing up and not getting the jab. Told me to stay strong. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. More people are going to come around, right? More people are going to come around. Yeah, we're chastised for sharing our information, right? All right. Um, so yeah, we're looked at as a nutball. Exactly, right? Um, so Rose says reminds me of Proverbs 2:20 to 33. Let me look that up, Rose. By the way, just so you know, I see all of the chat. But I don't catch it all because it goes by so quickly. This is Proverbs 2:20. Um, to let's see, hold on. 2:20 to 2:30. Okay, hold on. This is a weird. I don't know why it's not giving me this. Okay, this should be it. No, two. All right, let me do. Let me put this into search. 2:20 to 2:30. 2:30. Okay, let's see. All right, try this one. Thus you will walk in the ways of the good and keep to the paths of the righteous. Um, for the upright will inhabit the land, and the blameless will remain in it. And I'm trying to find. But the wicked will be cut off from the land, and the unfaithful will be torn from it. No, I'm sorry, I'm not finding a good source for this. This is because I'm trying to find. Okay. Okay. I guess it just goes to 222 to 33. And let me see 20, 21, 22. Okay, there we go. 22 and then 33. Let me just look up 33. Here we go. This is it. Here it is. A false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. All right, here's the whole thing. All right. The tongue of the just is as choice silver. The heart of the wicked is worth little. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for lack of wisdom. The blessing of the Lord, it makes rich, and he adds no sorrow with it. It is as sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of understanding has wisdom. The fear of the wicked, it shall come upon him, but the desire of the righteous shall be granted. As the whirlwind passes, so is the wicked no more, but the righteous is an everlasting foundation. As vinegar to the teeth and as smoke to the eyes, so is the sluggard to them that send him. The fear of the Lord prolongs days, but the years of the wicked shall be shortened. The hope of the righteous shall be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked shall perish. The way of the Lord is strength to the upright, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. The righteous shall never be removed, but the wicked shall not inhabit the earth. The mouth of the just brings forth wisdom, but the froward tongue shall be cut out. The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked speaks frowardness. Never heard that word before, froward, but we're going to look it up. Froward, stubbornly, contrary, and disobedient, obstinate, not willing to yield or comply with what is required or is reasonable, perverse, disobedient, peevish, disobedient, contrary, unmanageable, difficult to deal with an evil disposition. The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked speaks frowardness. There you go. And I've left up Nutball for that length of time. Well done. I'm rocking this software, I tell you. So, my friends, yeah, how about that? That's well done. Thank you for that. So, we've got some big news. We've got 1,290 beautiful humans in the theater. Welcome, one and all. Um, and Here we go. Um, Anandanine. Anandanine. Other people's opinions of me are none of my business. My ability to keep my chin above the levels of my ego and my pride are all that matters to me. I fight for what's right. Well said. Well said. Um, so let's jump into by the way, um hold on, let me see if I can get this pull this up. This is from Betsy Jones. Um Let me pull this up for you. Born to Breathe, picture of the year. The baby grabbed onto this mask and pulled it. By the way, I've spoken to this before. Many of you may know. Think of the psychological ramifications of the baby born into a world of masked people. The first time a child looks up and sees he or her's mother or father, they're masked. And it's not just like operation room masking. For the next several days that they're in the hospital, they're masked. And that's what the baby is seeing. And that is forming what the child sees in their own image. You've seen cartoons where, you know, a a different animal sits on an egg and the egg hatches and the animal thinks it's that animal that it looks up and says mama, and it thinks it's that animal. And this is so tragic what's going on right here. Um Oh, this is great. This is great. My granddaughter fought the school system and now she does not have to wear a mask to school. Um, will you reach out to me, Dave Sned at Gmail, Dave Sned at Gmail, um, and tell me that story, please? And love to talk about that more. Thank you for that. That's great news. Um, I made a toddler smile at the store because I smiled without a mask. Julie, that goes a long way. That goes a long way, though. Um, okay. The Yeah, we would have missed seeing our mother and father smiling face if we were born into this world, right? Um, so let me show you what's going on here. By the way, huge winds here in Southern California. Um, Kept me up much of the night last night. Um, but and thanks for this, uh, Scott, for sending this. Wind-driven California wildfire above Big Sur forces hundreds to flee the area. Just 5% of the fire contained as of Saturday, and man, these winds have been blowing, blowing, blowing. So please, prayers out to Northern California. Um, and Yeah, this is tragic. And so that I wanted to share that with you. But the big news here, my friends, is the Biden administration, right? Um, got Do you have that up for me, Christy? I'm looking for that. Oh, I have it up here. Here it is. Hold on, bear with me here. So the U.S. judge blocks Biden's mandate for federal workers in the latest blow to the White House agenda, COVID agenda. Federal judge in Texas blocked the Biden administration from enforcing an executive order requiring federal employees to be vaccinated against COVID-19. Biden's executive order amounts to a presidential mandate that all federal employees consent to vaccination against COVID or lose their jobs, the judge wrote. The ruling marks the latest setback for President Joe Biden, whose efforts to boost U.S. vaccination rates through sweeping workplace safety rules have been repeatedly stymied in the courts. A U.S. judge in Texas blocked the Biden administration from enforcing this order, requiring the federal workers. The ruling marks, let's see, Jeffrey Brown, an appointee of former President Donald Trump. See how important those nominations were to the federal bench. Wrote in a 20-page ruling that Biden's executive order amounts to a presidential mandate that all federal employees consent to vaccination or lose their job. Because the president's authority is not that broad, the court will enjoin the second order's enforcement, read Brown's ruling in U.S. District Court in Galveston. The judge cited last week's Supreme Court opinion blocking a federal rule that would have required workers at large companies to either get vaxxed or face weekly COVID testing. At the same time, the High Court voted to allow a separate vaccine mandate for medical facilities that take Medicare or Medicaid payments. Brown's ruling said it was a bridge too far to let the president, with the stroke of a pen and without the input of Congress, require millions of federal employees to undergo a medical procedure as a condition of their employment. Asked about Brown's ruling later Friday, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki noted that a remarkable 98% of federal workers are already vaccinated. Bullshit. We are confident in our legal authority here, Psaki said. You have no legal authority, Psaki. You got to be kidding me. Are you really going to say that? So this is they're losing because what they by saying that federal workers had to do it, they also said anybody that works in healthcare that is under now this is what I want to know is anybody that's in healthcare underneath the Medicare or Medicaid system was being forced to do it, the healthcare workers, because they were federal employees. Now that's gone away, right? So this is huge, right? This is huge. Yeah, they just had to say a Trump appointee as if it's political. Exactly, Cindy. That's a great point. This is Politico, by the way. So of course they're going to point it out to be a bad thing. Yeah. So, but this is fantastic news. They are losing. We are winning. It took a minute. But we are seeing justice prevail, right? And this is coming about full circle. This is really, really good stuff here. I'm going to get to this. We're going to get to here's a bill that seeks to stop Oklahoma State Department of Health from advertising COVID-19 vaccines. And let's see if it hears. Do we have this? No, we don't. The Oklahoma legislature seeks to stop the Oklahoma State Department of Health from promoting vaccines. See, this is what I've been waiting for, because remember I've said the reason why they're doing this is because the pharmaceutical companies could be sued for advertising like they've been sued in the past. But what they've done is they've gotten all the music stars, Hollywood stars, municipalities, states to do their advertising for them. mainstream media do their advertising for them as if they're reporting, but in actuality, it's advertising. Um, this week marked the deadline of the rush to file proposals for new laws and resolutions in Oklahoma. In total, 2,350 new bills and joint resolutions were filed for possible consideration in the legislative session beginning February 7th. Now, remember, when we had Rob Standridge on, who's in the Oklahoma Senate, he said that they weren't going to look at his bill, which was that if you forced an employee to get the jab, if they had any ill health effects because of the jab, that the employee could sue them for a minimum of $1 million. And we talked about that here on the show, and he said they weren't going to be able to look at it until February. So that's one of these bills that they're going to have to look at. I do not want Oklahoma taxpayers to be funding this never-ending vaccine campaign by the Department of Health, said Representative Wendy Stearman, Republican Collinsville, the lawmaker who proposed it. This continues to reinforce the misinformation and sometimes the outright lies about the safety of these vaccines, said Dr. Mary Clark, the president of the Oklahoma State Medical Association. My preference, just not using tax dollars to advertise this particular vaccine in any way, Stearman said. I expect that there is not a single citizen in Oklahoma who is not familiar with the fact that there is a vaccine available for the virus. Is that not true, right? I think everyone knows at this point that the jabs are available. And I don't think we need additional advertising or coercion to get that point across. If it was violated, should it become law, the bill states that the Department of Health would receive a 10% reduction in funding that must be taken from the commissioner, deputy commissioner, and executive salaries. This is brilliant. You know why? Because that's who's getting paid by the pharmacology industry. Yeah. So this is going to be interesting. We'll keep an eye on that, but that's very, very interesting. Okay. So this is some major stuff that's popping up, on the jab. Wanted to make you aware of that, and this is huge. This is the British Medical Journal demands immediate release of all vaccine treatment data. The British Medical Journal has demanded the full and immediate release of all data related to the jabs and treatments, saying it is in the public's interest to do so. A weekly peer-reviewed medical trade journal, BMJ, published by the trade union, the British Medical Association, called for the release of the data in an editorial published on Wednesday. Today, quotes, today, despite the global rollout of CV-19 jabs and treatments, the anonymized participant level data underlying the trials for these new products remains inaccessible to doctors, researchers, and the public, and are likely to remain that way for years to come. This is morally indefensible for all trials, but especially for those involving major public health interventions. BMJ also accused pharmaceutical companies of reaping vast profits without adequate independent scrutiny of their scientific claims, pointing to Pfizer, whose COVID jab trial was funded by the company and designed, run, analyzed, and authored by the employees of Pfizer. They still hold, New York headquartered Pfizer still holds its trial data and has indicated that it won't begin considering requests for such data until May 2025. 24 months after the primary study completion date of May 15, 2023, which is listed on clinicaltrials.gov. By the way, any curiosity as to one of the worst states ever for mandates? New York. That's where Pfizer is. How much of that money do you think is going into the federal employees that are supposed to represent us, but are instead representing Pfizer? Um, the FDA has asked a judge to give it 75 years to produce all the data concerning the Pfizer and BioNTech vaccine. However, a judge earlier this month ordered they had to make public 12,000 pages by the end of the month, and that 55,000 pages a month until all the pages are public. AstraZeneca has indicated it may be ready to entertain requests for data from a number of its phase 3 trials. However, the Cambridge headquartered company says that the timeline for such data can vary per request and can take up to a year upon full submission of the request for analysis. This is emergency stuff, right? Um, the We are left with publications but no access to the underlying data on reasonable request, BMJ said. Um, This is worrying for trial participants, researchers, clinicians, journal editors, policymakers, and the public. The journals that have published these primary studies may argue that they faced an awkward dilemma caught between making the summary findings available quickly and upholding the best ethical values that support timely access to underlying data. In our view, there is no dilemma. The anonymized individual participant data from clinical trials must be made available for independent scrutiny. BMJ added that regulators are not there to dance to the tune of rich global corporations and enrich them further, but to protect the general public's health. And for that reason, they said we need complete data transparencies for all studies. This is, ICANN is asking the CDC to provide data, right? And now the British Medical Journal, okay, which was founded in 1840, one of the oldest journals ever, okay, if not the. And so it's getting serious. Do you see how we're winning? Do you see how this tide is turning, my friends? Okay, this is big news. All right, this is big support for transparency. Right. All right. Welcome one and all. We've got 1516 in the Sned Shed tonight. Happy Saturday night. Yeah, we need to stop requesting and start demanding. These need to be emergency orders to demand what's going down. This is good news. New Hampshire seeks to make ivermectin an alternative COVID treatment under law, and it'll become the first state in the U.S. to make ivermectin available as an over-the-counter medication and sanction it as predicted treatment for CV-19 under a bill before the House Health, Human Services, and Elderly Affairs Committee. Now, do you guys realize that we could be shut down off social media just for sharing these news stories? That's what's absolutely tragic. And they're real news. They're not false news, but that's what's going on. This is under a bill before the House Health, Human Services, and Elderly Affairs Committee. The primary sponsor of the bill told Epoch Times she expects a slightly amended version to garner enough votes from the Republican Majority Committee to send it for the approval of the GOP-controlled House of Representatives. The House has already shown support for other CV-related bills, including statewide bans against both government and private imposed mandates related to the virus. This is very important. I have absolutely no doubt lives will be saved if human-grade ivermectin was available to COVID patients, says Republican Representative Leah Cushman, also a registered nurse, told the Epoch Times about her proposed bill, HB 3005. But Dr. David Levine of Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center said that prescribing ivermectin is dangerous and totally out of line with standard of medical care around the world. I would never want this medication prescribed to myself or my family and would take legal action against anyone who recommended this to my loved ones, Levine wrote in his written testimony on the bill. Dr. Palmer, governor of New Hampshire chapter of the American College of Physicians, who also submitted written testimony on the bill, said he was concerned that if it passed, it would have the potential to overwhelm the state's healthcare system with cases of ivermectin-induced side effects. You've got to be kidding me. The entire continent of India takes ivermectin weekly. The entire continent of Africa takes ivermectin weekly. You guys are bought and paid for shills. So, Dr. David Levine of Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center, show us your proof on why this is dangerous, would you please? This is this guy. Here, let's see. No picture. No picture. Internal medicine in Lyme, New Hampshire. No picture. But Dr. David Levine, MD, I'm sure you could find him. Don't harass, be kind, but let people like him know. You can even reach out to Dartmouth Hitchcock Medical Center and complain about him. Okay. And so, please, Snetheads, engage in this process. When we see people that crop up like this, get the word out. Dr. William Palmer, say to them, just say, what are you doing? Where's your evidence that this is dangerous? And have you looked at the evidence that says this is not dangerous and it is very, very, this is a different guy. Not finding this guy here in New Hampshire. But have you seen the College of New Hampshire, William S. Palmer, MD, our New Hampshire chapter governor is William S. Palmer. A year of training as governor-elect and started his 4-year term as governor in the spring of 2018. This is the governor of the American College of Physicians. Columbia College of Physicians and Surgeons, 1987. Postdoctorate at Mount Sinai, internal medicine. He's a hospice doctor, is his specialty. So that should come across quite handy in this day and age with people dying from heart attacks prematurely. Send them information on ivermectin. Send them the case studies that we've seen, that we've done here. A lot of information out there, my friends, on how beneficial this is. And there's a lot of information that you would think is bad information, but check out this. This is from Tedros. Let me. Oh, you got to be kidding me! I don't hear that.
This is a scandal that must stop now.
Do you guys hear Tedros? Okay. He calls the booster shot program a scandal, but primarily because so many people aren't getting primary doses. They're just getting the booster when they're not immunocompromised. British study. Look at the disinformation. That a non-jab person has a 32-fold greater risk of dying than vaxxed. I don't think so. Not even close.
No country can simply vaccinate its way out of the pandemic. It's not vaccines all, it's vaccines and. And it's not just about how many people are vaccinated, it's about who is vaccinated.
He's reading, obviously.
To give boosters to healthy adults or to vaccinate children. when the health workers or older people and other high risk groups around the world are still waiting for their first dose. The exception, as we have said, is immunocompromised individuals. Countries with the highest vaccine coverage continue to stockpile more vaccines, while low income countries continue to wait. Every day, there are 6 times more boosters administered globally than primary doses in low income countries. This is a scandal that must stop now. We have
Hmm.
shown that COVAX works if it has the vaccines. COVAX has now shipped
You're
almost
hearing Tedros,
500
yeah?
million vaccines to 144 countries and territories.
I know McCandless. Same person. So this is Tedros said a couple very interesting things. We should not be vaccinating. We should not be vaccinating children and healthy adults when there are people around the world that haven't gotten their first dose. We should not be boostering those people when people around the world haven't gotten their first boost. That's very, very, very important, right? Um, let's see. Excuse me. Um, and let's jump to some international stuff going on right now. Um, Before we do, hold on. Hold on. I think let me see if I can get this going. This has been censored pretty deeply.
What are your thoughts on that? Well, you heard earlier that there's no real concern about aluminum because it's such a small amount, and so it really shouldn't matter. But the kind of aluminum that we put into vaccines is a different kind of aluminum that we see environmentally. This is called a nanoparticle. And nanoparticles bind really tightly to the bacteria antigens, the virus antigens, the food protein antigens, and any other contaminants that are in the vaccines that we may not know about. And we know that the biochemical properties of nanoparticles is that they are capable of entering the brain. And so we have not evaluated the safety of the aluminum nanoparticle and its injection and where it goes when it gets into the body and whether it gets into the brain. Do vaccine ingredients belong in the brain? No. Do they get into the brain? No one has ever studied it. But animal studies using the same chemicals that are in vaccines that we give to children directly demonstrate that the vaccine ingredients do enter the brain. We are ignoring this information. There are scientists in Europe who've actually done studies on the aluminum nanoparticle and have shown that it can persist in the brain for years and decades. And so what we're seeing is a large outbreak of neurodevelopmental disabilities in adults, including Alzheimer's. And one of the main factors that they're finding in the brains of people with Alzheimer's is the aluminum nanoparticle that's directly related to the vaccines that we're giving. So we have never studied whether the aluminum that we're giving in vaccines gets into the brain, and we've never measured whether it stays in the brain and what it does if it does stay in the brain. But we do know that vaccines are supposed to cause inflammation in the body. but we have more than half of our children with chronic inflamed conditions. And we've never allowed ourselves to ask the question, if the vaccines cause inflammation acutely, do they continue to create inflammation chronically? We have 1 in 5 with neurodevelopmental disabilities, 1 in 10 with ADD and ADHD, 1 in 35 with autism, 1 in 11 with asthma, and 1 in 20 under the age of 5 with seizures. And the autoimmune diseases are exponentially rising, and we are finding that the viruses and the bacteria that we're injecting into the body, along with the adjuvants, create something called molecular mimicry, which means the body sees those viruses thinking that it's foreign, but actually finds pieces of those viruses that match pieces of the self. And the immune system doesn't differentiate between what it's been told to reject and itself. So it will turn the immune system on itself, leading to an autoimmune condition. We know this about hepatitis B, we know it about the Gardasil vaccine, and we know it about the flu vaccine. And we continue to say unequivocally that the vaccines have been studied effectively and that they're safe, and that's just not true.
Hi guys. So this is the
So that's significant and something that we need to absolutely keep our eye on, um, because what he said is that the role of these vaccines is to create inflammation in the body, because what that does, that, thank you William van Hosen for that, by the way. I've seen that before and I've been meaning to share that with you all. And I lost it, so thank you, William. um, excuse me, and I think it is being heavily censored, right? um, Speaking of the vaccine, I just got a great email from Charles Driscoll. So, Charles, thank you for this. Now, this is something that that we covered. Hackers crack Pfizer. Actually, I did not cover it because I couldn't find any supporting evidence for this. Okay, um, and this is the hackers crack Pfizer, Moderna, and Pfizer servers. All vaccine death data now public from all companies thanks to hackers. But what we have is that there is batch codes. So there's websites that have been set up with this data, and Moderna batch codes, health warning, according to data reported in Varus reproduced here, adverse events triggered by Moderna batches have varied widely. 5% of the batches appear to have produced 90% of the adverse reactions. Some Moderna batches are associated with 50 times the number of deaths and disabilities compared to other batches. So now we can track the batches and the life-threatening illnesses by the batches. And you should be able to find maybe the batches of your loved ones. So you go here and you can go to how bad is my batch, right? And you can check out your batch codes. Hold on, let me make sure that I got you here. Hold on. The links to these are great, folks, but just, share the whole show and just give them a timestamp of when we cover this, because we don't have show notes right now. But the website is, I'll show you the websites and I'll drop them in the chat as well. This is howbadismybatch.com. Okay, right there. And you can go to Pfizer, Janssen, Moderna, Pfizer, Janssen, outside of US and inside of US. So this was a legit story. I came across this, and look at this batch. Has 48 deaths, 51 disabilities, 37 life-threatening illnesses, batch EK9231. But if you go down here to this batch, EW1058, you got no cases. No cases, no cases, no cases. Do you see how sometimes we're seeing people um, that are basically, I'm forwarding this to you, Christy, as well. So if you can, um, and also Barbara, and then you guys can drop some of these links in the show notes, please. But thank you, Charlie, for this. And howbad.info is what you're looking for. All right. Or how bad is my batch.info. All right. Um, so I'm dropping 2 more links in here. Okay. In the show notes. So, so my friends, this is, yeah, this is legit. I was concerned about the source because there wasn't any more information on that, and here we are. Um, it's legit. Um, Dave, thank you for sharing. 22 years of the military pumping me full of aluminum, including anthrax, disgusting how they use us as guinea pigs. Air Force girl, you're welcome, and thank you for your service and your absolute sacrifice. Now, I will tell you this, my friends. This week, I will be sharing a product with you that has been designed to get metals out of the body and the brain. And I will be sharing that with you this week. So please come back and be on the lookout for that. It's huge. It's huge. There's nothing else like it. I've done my homework on it. It's a great company, and I'm going to have the doctor who created it on the show. He's already agreed to come on the show. Okay. And it's going to be an opportunity to share it with others as well. Okay. Um, let's see. 22 and a half years, Air Force veteran here as well. Tri-Ridge runner. Congratulations on 22 and a half years, and thank you for your service as well, to all of our military out there. Have not seen Air Force vet here in a bit. Are we missing our friend here? And is anybody in touch with Gerald to find out if he's doing okay, because he's been MIA. Let's see. Okay. Let me see if, just because I have this. See if I can get this from. Let's see. So here, let's check something real quick, folks. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. I got to do that. I got to do that another time. Nancy, if you're listening, if you can send me the link that you used, please, via email, for the product that I just mentioned, for the detox, heavy metals detox. Please do. And this stuff is, yeah, it's a real deal. White House is still lit up past midnight. Okay. There we go. Children absolutely can use this product. Absolutely. And Dina, it's huge. It's been changing people's lives. And I'm sorry I don't have the information for you right now, so my apologies. But I promise you that I will get it to you this week, if not, early in the week. Yeah. So now let me. Let me see. Okay. Might be able to get that to you before the end of the night. Especially Nancy, if you can give me that contact. So, my friends, let's do the following here. Um, I want to get you to this story from Tyler Durden, right? Which is Zero Hedge. That's the name of all their writers from the Fight Club. The U.S. mulls evacuating diplomats, family members from Ukraine. Blinken Lavrov meeting positive. The U.S. State Department is reportedly mulling a plan to evacuate diplomats, family members from Ukraine as a precaution amid the continued crisis wherein Washington has predicted some level of Russian offensive on the Ukraine border. At the same time, Russia's embassy in Washington, D.C. has been calling on the West to end the hysteria, assuring that there are no plans to invade Ukraine. Earlier in the week, it issued a message on Twitter saying, "We stress once again, Russia is not going to attack anyone. The practice of moving troops on our own soil is a sovereign right." Um, Days ago, there were also Western media reports alleging that Russia was thinning out its embassy presence in Kiev. Come on, buddy. Come on. There's your, there we go. Um, the claim was first reported in the New York Times, which the Russian Foreign Ministry blasted as sensationalism and fake news sourced to Ukrainian security services. A statement said at the time Russia's embassy and consulate general in Ukraine are operating smoothly or normally. Spokesperson Maria Zakharova wrote further. They are doing this despite attacks on Russian foreign service workers by Ukrainian radicals and the provocations of local security forces, but the American media have not and will not cover this. If the American newspaper had come to us for comment, it would have learned about the harassment, but then, of course, it would no longer have wanted to publish the whole thing, and it would have lost a chance to once again hype up this theme of Russian aggression. So we're hearing Ukrainian radicals supposedly are attacking Russian foreign service workers, right? And so, again, Russian embassy in the U.S., we stress once again, uh, Russia is not going to attack anyone. The practice of moving troops on our own soil is a sovereign right. We call an end to hysteria and not to pile on tension around the Donbass problem. So it seems the media is hyping this whole thing, but we'll see. I mean, why else would Russia be doing all those troops on the Ukraine border? Other than, like I've said earlier in this week, and that is to possibly show that the weakness of the Biden administration. All right, 1,687 beautiful humans in the Sned shed right now, my friends. Todd, Cindy, if you guys want to call in, now would be a good time. You're welcome anytime, but also want to get you on before it gets too late. Let me see. Okay. All right. Just checking on a few things here. And bear with me. Okay. And any questions, my friends, for me while we're hanging? I wanted to do like maybe a little Q&A here, and I'll look for that while I look for something else here. Here it is. Okay, this is what I was looking for. Okay. My friends, let me see if can I even pull this up? Oh, maybe not. Okay. Let me see. Haven't seen 1,000 in YouTube in a long time. Oh, you're trying to connect? No, not Ecamm. I'm not on Ecamm. I sent you guys an email with the new link. Um, this is on the restream. So you haven't seen 1,000 in YouTube in a long time, probably because people are coming over from Facebook. Oh, Janice, how's your family doing, Dave? Thank you, Janice. Um, they're doing quite well, thank you. My sister, I call her my sister. She's my sister-in-law, but I've known her since I was 6 years old. She's been in our family since I was 6 years old, and she's an amazing woman. And she came home from the hospital today. So thank you for that. So very, very happy to have her in the in the back home, just home with her family, which is where she should be. So thank you for that. And my brother's is doing well, but my brother's got pneumonia, so please pray for him. He's got to get through that, along with dealing with the glioblastoma. And my father is doing quite well, so thank you. Dave, what do you think about vaccines for pets? I think here's the thing. Animals have survived on this planet for a very, very long time without pharmaceutical interaction. I would find out what's in them. My cat got some early on, just some basic ones. I can't remember exactly what, but hasn't had one in over uh, 7 years. So so I would go sparingly, but also find out what's in them. Research them just like you would anything that you're going to put into your pet. I mean, we look at the labels on the pet food more than we look for the labels on the vaccines that go in our pet, right? So yeah, so Rainbow Eagle, that's what that's from, I think, is people coming over from Facebook. But please share out on YouTube. And like, and while you're over there on YouTube, please hit the like button and subscribe and all the bit. Okay. Um, yes, Shield. Thank you, Nancy. Uh, okay. Now that's the site, but what's my Nancy? What was the login you used for me? Wasn't it Snedheads? But how was it spelled? That's the information I'm looking for. Um, we're going to be building another team with this product as well, my friends, because this is huge. So Nancy, that's the information I'm looking for, please, from via email, please. Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. China brings back anal swab testing for COVID 2 weeks before Winter Olympics begin. Oh, geez, you got to be kidding me, folks. Look at this. Look at this. Unbelievable. 2 weeks before Beijing Olympics. There's no way we should even be going to the Olympics at all. No, no way we should be in those Beijing Olympics. It's ridiculous, right? Um, yeah, yeah. Um, okay. Yeah, Nancy, if you could just via email, just take me through how you ordered that. I want to make it easy. Um, and okay. Let me find this. I'll get back to the questions too. Okay. All right. Okay. And all right, let's see what else. What else we got? Ryan, they can shove that right up their ass. I think that's the idea. That's good. Yeah, please, chime in on the animal vaccines, folks. Let's see. Yeah, and they have cancer-causing agents on the swabs from China, no question about that. We've talked about that. Yeah, I'm not watching the Olympics. No question about it. Um, let's see. Jody F. And I loved your zombie night, Dave. One of my favorites. Thank you, Jody. I'm going to do that again. I don't know when. I might even be tonight, actually. I might do something, but we'll see how I'm feeling. But definitely, definitely. That's from all the people talking out their asses. Exactly. I like it. I like it. By the way, Sneadheads, what do you think about the title of the late night shows Awake Zombie, possibly everything from A to Z? Or did you like the calm? Or do you have any other ideas? Please drop them in the chat. I'd love to see your ideas for that. Thank you. Okay. Okay. So here we're going to be able to do this here. Thank you, Nancy. Okay. So here's what you do. Okay. You go to, hold on. Is there a direct link, Nancy? Like if they do the link, or do they have to put the code in? Okay. Thank you. So, my friends, let me get to some more questions here. So, Todd and Cindy are in. Hold on. Hey there, can you hear me?
Yeah, for about 5 minutes.
I didn't even know you were in there. It didn't give me any kind of alert.
We know you were just chit chatting. We're like,
Wow.
hello,
Wow.
hello. Can anybody hear us?
Is this on? Yeah, sorry about that. Hello. How you doing, everybody? What's happening?
Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday. What's happening? How
I made
was your
chicken and noodles today. That was what's happening.
You did what?
I made chicken and noodles today.
Oh, how'd that go over, Todd?
He didn't eat any.
I don't get any yet. I have to wait a day.
Why?
Because it tastes better the second day when I put it on the mashed potatoes.
Aha. Okay.
So I had peanut butter jelly and crackers and
bullshit.
butter sandwiches.
You're so full of it.
So
dude, I hit a little gold mine. I think you're gonna like it.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah. I told you I was looking all over for information. I checked all my sources, the normal guys.
Yeah.
And it was as simple as going to the deltas.
Is that right? All right.
Oh my God. The very first one.
We've gotten away from going into the deltas a bit. And I've been going there lately, and they've been gold.
Well, this is really good.
Okay. So, my friends, couple things. First of all, Cindy, how was your birthday?
Relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
Good.
I couldn't get the private jet fueled up in time because gas prices were so high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. My friends, if you would like to send Cindy a lovely gift for her birthday weekend, I have just dropped her Cash App and her PayPal in the chat there. And please, reach out with some love, even if it's just a small token of gratitude. It would be greatly appreciated, and would love to send this lovely lady some love on this birthday weekend of hers. So I've dropped her PayPal and her Cash App in the in the in the in the chat, and I don't think I you gave me your other one last night, but I don't know if you gave it to me today when I asked
What's
for it.
that?
The Venmo.
Yeah, you had the Venmo the other night, but
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing. If it's
Yeah, if you want to drop that to me in text, please, and I'll get it, and I'll drop that in the restream chat.
yeah.
Yeah, so thank you for those of you who did reach out and drop some love your way. It was only a few, I think, but a lot of people don't do Venmo, and so maybe with the PayPal and Cash App that might help. But would love to
Lots of
send.
good, nice words and kind thoughts were sent to me and private messages. So thank you very much. And even had a couple people surprise me with some nice cards in the mail. And
Oh, awesome.
I gotta make a special shout out though, Dave.
Yeah, go ahead.
Grandma Cat
Yeah.
surprised me yesterday with a beautiful, it's called the Jeremiah Study Bible by Dr. David Jeremiah. And she sent this to me for my birthday. So that was a nice
Wow.
surprise, and I'm looking forward to utilizing that. So
You should have that read and memorized, and I need a report by next weekend.
yeah, you're
Hey.
one to talk.
It's only a Bible.
Hey, your physical address, should they PM you, or how can they get something directly to you?
Yeah, it's 720 West Prospect, Springfield.
720 West Prospect, Springfield.
62704.
Illinois.
Yep,
What's
Illinois.
his Illinois? What's his zip?
62704.
62704. Awesome.
Yeah, there's an avenue behind that. I don't know if you need that or not.
720 West Prospect.
Yep, 720 West Prospect Avenue, Springfield, Illinois, 62704.
$62704.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And if you guys are close by, I hear there's some chicken and noodles available tomorrow.
Yeah.
There won't be much left after tomorrow, though.
Yeah, right. So awesome.
And happy birthday to everyone else that shared my yesterday, and then Pete, and I saw there was a few others in the restream. They went by so fast though earlier. So happy birthday to everyone that's sharing this beautiful weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
There's actually a lot of Sneds that have January birthdays.
Yeah. I feel like I've been singing every show.
Yeah.
Yeah, very sweet. Well, fantastic. And let's do some diving. I feel like doing some cliff diving with you, Todd. What do you say?
I'll tell you what. You can only get. All you have to do is put in today's date, and then look at the first picture, and that made me very happy.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Let me go. Let's go. Well, let me do it. We'll do it together. I'm going to pull up the Q alerts right here. As folks, if you're new here, we go to qalerts.app and we look for deltas. And so today we're going to look for January 22 right here. And wow. Yeah, that's awesome.
Looks like a shadow president to me.
Oh, I like that. Castle clean. Castle clean. By the way, what in the hell has been going on with the castle, the White House, over the past week? And with the, we've seen things flashing. We've seen, lights going off on inside. We saw those lights in front, that really odd light. Castle is now clean. So we've been seeing nothing but castle stuff all week, and now it's castle clean with Trump in front of the Marines.
Yep.
Wow.
With the Marines in
Marines
front of Trump.
Actually, military.
Well, did I say that misspeak?
Yeah.
I meant
with
the
him,
Marines in front of Trump.
that to me is a very good symbolic picture of him being the shadow president.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And being protected by the military.
Exactly. Definitely.
Yeah. Yep. That's a badass picture.
It doesn't get much awesomer than that. And look at the expression on his face.
Yeah. What do you make of that expression?
He's, I'd say he's.
Don't F with me.
Yeah.
He's pretty
That's
serious.
a badass look right there.
Isn't it, though?
Yep.
Hey,
it's not something you see on Biden, that's for sure.
That game face.
No. Yeah. If you saw that on a man in a bar, that face, would you mess with him?
No.
Me neither. And also a little dark to light, Todd.
Yep. Absolutely.
Coming out of the darkness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing that
Castle
stands
clean,
out.
Really?
Yeah.
Castle clean. The other thing, and with all that we've been seeing this week with the castle, the other thing that really stands out to me is just the date, right? January 22nd, right? 2020. Now, obviously, January 22nd, 2021 would have had would have been 2 days into the faux Biden administration, right? But January 22nd, right around the January 20th, you're thinking presidential transition, right? So this to me just tells me that he's got the protection of the military. They know that we're going to look at this around the 20th, right, of 2021, 2022, doesn't matter. And look at that president with the support of the military. So I love it. 595.
Melania and President Trump's 17th wedding anniversary.
Today is?
Yeah, they're 17th.
Get out of here.
Nope.
Wow.
Of course it is, Dave.
Wow, that's pretty cool. How do they plan to spend their wedding anniversary? People Magazine, yeah, they're not going to get a. It's been 17 years. 17 years married at the Episcopal Church of Bethesda by the Sea in Palm Beach, Florida, with Hillary and Bill Clinton, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos and Kathy Lee Gifford in attendance. Wow. Wow. Interesting. And 595, January 22nd, 2018, SEC attack failure test 1 with the fit 55 in blue.
Yep.
How about that? Loud and clear. Taking us to, well, there's quite a few here, but let me take you down to 55. Look to Twitter, exactly this, my fellow Americans, a storm is upon us. God bless. It's a tweet we're looking at for, and over and out. Loud and clear, I should say. Drones over U.S. tracking only. It's 594. Drones over U.S. archive. Last post triggered sniffer. Eyes on. Security test. This is the transfer over to in 2018 to the 8chan site being tracked. Chatter just spiked. Pray. Notice the similarity. Pray and pray. 586. Did you look down these?
Yep.
You want to read 586 for us?
Yep. Obviously, January 22nd, 2018. What would happen if text originating from an FBI agent to several internals discussed the assassination possibility of the POTUS or member of his family? What if the text suggests foreign allies were involved? Forget the Russia setup, one of 22. This is only the beginning. Be careful what you wish for as the world turns. Could messages such as those be publicly disclosed? What happens to the FBI? What happens to the DOJ? What happens to the special counsel? What happens in general? Every FBI DOJ previous case would be challenged. Lawless. Think logically. We haven't started the drops regarding human trafficking sacrifices yet. Worst. Those good who know cannot sleep. Those good who know cannot find peace. Those good who know will not rest until those responsible are held accountable. Nobody can possibly imagine the pure evil and corruption out there. Those you trust the most are the most guilty of sin. Who are we taught to trust? If you are religious, pray. 60% must remain private, at least for humanity. These people should be hanging. Cute. Wow. And that's all the places that we trust with our children. It's all the places we trust with our money.
Yeah. Wow.
Boy.
Wow.
And whenever they the double meanings of the SEC tests, the SEC is Security and Exchange Commission.
Yeah.
I believe it also could be related to talking about the stock market in a way.
Yeah.
Or it could be talking about the comms, security of the comms.
The calm before the storm.
Yeah, that's it. If you're new to Q, the calm before the storm.
Yeah, CALM and COMM. Yeah. Yeah, he played the game to remain in control. Trust Admiral Rogers. 584. This is interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah. This entire shutdown exercise was Schumer's attempt to put Trump in his place. He failed spectacularly. Thank you for visiting the White House. Fear. Could this have been about the time that he and Nancy came in and they were supposed to be talking about infrastructure?
Yeah. Yep.
And then they stormed out.
Yep.
The storm.
Yep. And they stormed out. Yeah, exactly. Here's the other thing. This entire shutdown exercise.
Yep.
What have we experienced in the past 2 years?
Yep.
And this was way before anything COVID. But the entire shutdown exercise was Schumer's attempt to put Trump in his place. That's exactly what they used that for.
Yeah, because they
get him out of office.
Yeah, they told him you're not going to be president anymore.
Yeah.
We have the levers of control. We can control the elections.
Yeah.
We have the mainstream media to whip up whatever story we want.
Yeah.
But if we go back to the first picture, we know where Trump stands.
Yeah. Exactly. And by the way, folks, is some of you are you saying it's blurry? Um, that's very interesting. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
it is. I can see that.
Really? I don't
Yeah, it's a
understand
little blurry, kind of fuzzy.
what happens if I zoom in a little bit more? Is it still blurry?
It looks better.
Yeah, it's kind of, but it's still kind of got a. It almost looks like a slight double image to it. Yeah, I mean,
That's
I see what they're saying. It's not crystal clear.
all right. Well, hopefully I'll be done with this software by tomorrow. Eric's helping me try to get to the bottom of what's going on with the other software. So thank you for bearing with me, guys, and I'll also try to um, I'll try to keep it larger so you can see it. Okay. So interesting. Um,
I think it's great. The comms are great.
they really are. And then the last one, 582. I shouldn't leave yet here.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Go ahead.
This is from the 2018 again. It says stay at home, and then it says has kill brackets -7. Could be talking about temperatures that we've been seeing. It could also talk about days, like a week. And then DR, which I'm taking as doctor in this, in the pandemic. New clear sky hits me as I just posted on Facebook. I think it was yesterday.
No chemtrails.
Not a cloud in the sky.
Yeah, which is very rare because you've been posting that they have been.
Right, and I think that's just as much proof of chemtrails as the chemtrails themselves.
No, absolutely right. It's like so the people that are saying, "Oh, Todd, you're just a conspiracy theorist." Those are contrails from jets. Oh, so no jets flew today?
Absolutely. It's proving it by a negative.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what? And they only do checkerboards on certain days.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. Unbelievable.
We had a couple today that they look like old ones, like maybe they had been done maybe a stayover.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you could tell that what they were, but they weren't, it wasn't a heavy day today. But I did see some remains. But
yeah,
I just thought, maybe the clear blue sky would open up some eyes just as much as, the chemtrails themselves. So
they should. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I like that -7 because that, we've had really cold temperatures here at least in the Midwest and across the country. I mean, if you look at the football games that were played, over just today, they were, I think, up in Green Bay, they were around 0. So,
and they got beat.
Yeah.
Who got beat?
Green Bay.
Packers.
The Packers
really?
got beat.
Although I love Aaron Rodgers because of what he's come out with lately.
So Echo Girls. Sorry, I just wanted to say about okay, you guys are going to freak out now because what I just did, because what I did basically was I pulled that over, but now it's going like into infinity. That's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like looking at you, looking in a mirror, looking at yourself, looking in a mirror, looking at you.
Exactly. Let me go a little bit bigger. But what I wanted to show everybody is that it's clear here. It's clear in this picture, right? But here we go. This is going to be interesting. And let me get out of here. Yeah, that's gonna That's gonna freak you guys out.
Dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I just went back in time right here.
It's a portal. You opened a portal.
Yep, I did.
It's a
I did,
portal.
absolutely.
It's a coffin.
You open a
Portal. All right, so oh, by the way, I'm supposed to hold on a second.
Oh, Dave,
Talk,
also to finish that drop, it says safe comms sat.
oh yeah.
And then regard, or whatever that is. I don't know what that BZ9 whatever, but it's Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And didn't Elon reach out and say that he was going to try to get his satellites to help out Tonga to replace the internet?
Oh. Interesting.
I thought, didn't you share a tweet, Cindy,
Mm-hmm.
where Elon Musk said something about using the satellites for Tonga,
Mm-hmm.
which would be a big eye opener to say that the technology exists, that we don't need cables under the sea. We've got satellites.
Mm-hmm.
Starlink, quantum,
Right.
to the quantum financial system, maybe.
Yeah. Let's hope.
Yeah, I'm not finding anything on Tonga. On his Twitter anyway.
Nothing on Twitter. Where did you find that? Hold on. She just read it to me and it just hit me. I was like, didn't Elon just say something about that?
Wow.
Oh wow. Okay. I was wondering how I got to this, Dave. There was a 541 in blue, a direct 541 link. I'm trying to find that. Where was that? Oh, I got it. Yeah. Okay. I did carry this a little further. When you start with the picture, the 3782 drop with President Trump as the shadow president.
Uh-huh.
Then if you look at the first two numbers in the blue are 78.
Yes.
And then they're repeated. 78,
Yep.
78. Yep. And then I did 541. So I did 78 and 541.
Right there.
Oh, okay. This was a post that looks what? Elon Musk uses internet to ask people of Tonga if they would like help with their internet. Musk offered to provide Starlink satellite internet to the region, but acknowledged doing so would take some effort. And that was from Whiplash.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in Gizmodo.
Yes.
Okay.
Gizmodo article yesterday.
Okay.
And then it shows the trail of satellites that train.
The big train.
That we've discussed before, where people have seen, the train of satellites.
Yeah.
So that's interesting revelation that, he could actually target a place on the planet and help them with their internet. That's amazing technology, right?
Yep. Elon Musk uses internet to ask people of Tonga if they'd like help with their internet. Their potential month-long internet blackout. Done in 30.
Wow.
The small Pacific island nation was the site of horrific volcano eruption and a nuclear weapon. I added that part. Last weekend that caused mass evacuations, widespread electricity loss, and a nationwide internet outage resulting from a badly damaged submarine fiber optic cable. That's where Musk comes in.
If you scroll down, his reply is to Reuters.
Which is the Rothschilds,
there.
right? Or which is,
I see it. Thank you, Cindy. Yep.
You're welcome.
Could people from Tonga let us know if it's important for SpaceX to send over Starlink terminals? There you go.
That's huge.
That is, Starlink replacing the dark web, which we reported on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, unbelievable. And then back to let me see. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay. So do you want to read 541, bud?
Yeah, we can do
Right
that. Yeah, I thought this was pretty, this related to today also. This is January 18th, Delta, 2018. What 19 people are currently meeting in a safe room, heavily guarded? Why did everyone leave their phones, all other electronic devices in room 239? Why does it take the information going public before justice is served? Why is the D Party making every effort to block the release of this FISA C info? Why did Rod Rosenstein plea moments ago to prevent the release of this information? Where is Adam Schiff? 8 fired, X jailed, possible suicides, plus TikTok. Q. I'm wondering if that's referring to the clock.
Oh, interesting. Well, we've seen the TikTok reference before reference TikTok LLC.
Yep. But they always put LLC at the end.
Right. So this is plus TikTok, obviously meaning Rothschilds and Soros are next.
Well, and what 19 people are currently meeting in a safe room, heavily guarded? That could be a Blinken meeting in Ukraine.
Uh-huh.
What do you think's been being discussed there? You think it's all about Russia?
No. Yeah. It's
because a lot of the corruption goes back to the Ukrainian piggy bank, right?
absolutely.
So the more Ukraine is put in the spotlight, the more you have to pay attention to what it really means.
Hey, we've got exactly 1,776 folks in the theater right now.
Wow.
Look at that.
Oh my God.
That's 1776.
You know you got that, so we're looking into like the future, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Looks like
Wow. That's pretty cool. 1776. You are one of 1,776 people, folks. God love you. Fantastic. And by the way, that's just a room full. That's just the room. How many people in each room? We got a lot of folks out there having a good Saturday night with us. Whiskers, what's the matter, buddy? That's a this is huge, buddy. This is really good.
It's awesome.
Go to so you want to read 78?
Yeah. And this is 11/5/2017. Repost lost. Disinformation is real. Distractions are necessary. Saudi Arabia is the primary. U.S. is secondary. Asia, EU, Alice in Wonderland, Q. Repost lost. What was POTUS's last tweet prior to? To who was it addressed? When was POTUS's Twitter taken down? Why is this relevant? What was POTUS's last tweet prior to? Who was it addressed to specifically? When was POTUS Twitter taken down? Has this ever happened before? Why now? Coincidence? How many times did the attack occur? Secondary cleanup. What is the purpose of tracking? What is the purpose of disruption? Oh my God, they're talking about tracking. They were just talking about drones, weren't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Drones over the U.S., they'd use those for tracking. What is the purpose of disruption?
Come on.
Why did POTUS have military guards uniform while in Hawaii? Didn't we just see a picture of POTUS with some
Yeah.
military guards?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Why is this relevant? Do military guards uniform typically assist the U.S. Secret Service? Why is this relevant? What flying object was recently shot down? Why is this relevant? How precise is geo-tracking non-public sea level pro? Why is this relevant? Alice in Wonderland. You.
Hey, talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to take Whiskers in.
All right.
All right. I'll be right back.
Okay. So it finishes up with repost lost. Q equals Alice. You'll soon understand the meaning behind Alice and Wonderland. Everything has meaning. God bless. I mean, there's a lot to go with this. Everything on this post actually refers to things that could be happening today. It also confirms that we're in the right spot with the picture of POTUS with the guards in front, with the Marines.
Yep.
We'll have to go back and look at POTUS's last tweet prior to, again. That was addressed to the American, I think, to the citizens of our country. To who was it addressed? Wasn't that when he was saying that people should let their voices be heard and peacefully and calmly protest, and that's when they took him down? Can you go back to? Remember we used to go to POTUS's Twitter archive?
Yeah. Is that still up?
I don't know.
Let me look.
Well, while you're doing that, and
Okay.
they repeat this twice.
Front tweet. Okay.
So I think they're pointing to a double meaning. We have to read it with different eyes this time. Because it says, what was POTUS's last tweet prior to? To who was it addressed? And then it says, what was POTUS's last tweet prior to? Who was it addressed to specifically? What happened to your show?
It's still there.
I hope you guys are still hearing us. Last tweet prior to. Do you have it? His last tweet. Shouldn't you just go chronologically?
Well, that's where it's January 8th, 2021. To all those that have asked, I will not be going to the inauguration on January 20th.
Is that the last one? Let me see.
75 million.
Okay. All right. The post that I believe you might be referring to says the 75 million great American patriots who voted for me, America first, and make America great again, will have a giant voice long into the future. They will not be disrespected or treated unfairly in any way, shape, or form. So that was the last tweet prior to his last tweet.
Right, the next to the last.
And that's when he addressed the 75 million patriots who voted for him. And giant voice refers to Project Odin.
Yeah.
Which could be used through Starlink, which Elon Musk just confirmed he could set it up over Tonga. So why wouldn't he be able to set it up everywhere?
Good point.
Right?
Yep.
So if we go down, that's how we're going to get the giant voice, which is also going to keep us informed during the blackout.
Yeah, he posts something about going to the moon again soon or something like that.
No.
I see that.
These are the things and events that happen when a sacred landslide election victory is so unceremoniously and viciously stripped away from great patriots who have been badly and unfairly treated for so long. Go home with love and in peace. Remember this day forever. I am asking for everyone at the U.S. Capitol, to remain peaceful, no violence. Remember, we are the party of law and order. Respect the law and yeah, it sounds like he incited all kinds of violence. But yeah, the specific post prior to, I believe, is what we're interested in. And that's talking to us. So I think that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to find out a lot of things, and that it may have to go right around the mainstream media like we've always thought. That's not really news because they're never going to report it, and they will be arrested. So I think we're close just by looking at this. And to repeat 78 twice, that's emphasizing how important. If you'll notice, I noticed also, if you guys are following along on post 3782, where in the blue it says 7878, repost 78 twice.
So that's referencing 78 million?
No, it's referencing that he posted it twice again. Remember, it says what was POTUS's last tweet prior to, and then down here it says what was POTUS's last tweet prior to. So he repeated everything in there. So that's a confirmation that we're in the right spot. All these things, these don't happen coincidentally.
No, there are no coincidences.
They absolutely mean, every little detail means something. And when you get that, that's a cue confirmation that you're in the right spot. So when he says at the end, you'll soon understand the meaning behind Alice and Wonderland. Everything has meaning. God bless. I just feel like we're getting closer and closer and closer.
And the big voice, don't they use that on the military bases too? Or do they?
Well, I think the big voice can reach anybody anywhere. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that it's ever actually been used, but it supposedly has the capability to reach anybody anywhere. So everybody's going to know what's happening. Now, there'll still be people that don't accept it and freak out because they'll think, oh, Trump's taking over. So there will be a very minor part of the population that may do something stupid, but not enough to come up against our military.
They said they hear us fine.
Good.
Somebody said they just saw flashes on the second story of the White House again.
Again?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, let's go and see if we can figure it out.
Okay.
So you guys are looking at a really dead screen right now, so hopefully Dave's okay.
He's letting Mr. Whiskers in.
Well, I know, but
he may have had to have the,
Did he go poop?
A big boy break.
You think he went poop?
Stop it. Stop it. Tesla, you're horrible.
All right.
TMI.
So there are other deltas in here that I got to with the
how you doing?
The blue numbers. Dave, this is huge. You're gonna have to watch the show so you get it all.
Hey, I forgot I was doing a show. Sorry.
Thought maybe you had to go poop.
What have you been doing, Dave?
What'd you do?
Mr.
Go to
Whistler,
Hardee's?
I do not have a litter box in the studio for Mr. Whistle Whiskers. So had to,
Oh.
I
I knew somebody was going.
Mr. Wesker.
I had to get a little snack, little Virgil's root beer.
You didn't have
And some-
Uber Eats tonight either.
No.
Wow, Dave. Okay, so what I was telling the Sneds
Yeah.
was, did you notice how they repeated in post 78? It says what was POTUS's last tweet prior to. Then down about a half of the paragraph, it says what was POTUS's last tweet prior to.
Yes.
And it repeats. Well, look at 78 up in 3782. If you scroll up to 3782, look at what they do to 78 in the blue.
3782 where?
In the blue at the top. 3782. Look in the blue.
The blue.
How many times is 78 in there?
Twice. Yeah.
And how many times did they repeat in that post?
Oh, interesting. Yeah. And by the way,
there is no coincidence.
No. And 594 also takes us to 54.
Yeah, we have to go to all of those numbers.
Yeah. 54, 53, 52.
Susie said
And then this repeats like that.
Every time she speaks.
And the 78 repeats like that. That's amazing.
So, yeah, 55, 54, 53, 52. And then 25,
and
25 is a mirror of 52 and also picked up in 78.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry, 541. This stuff just doesn't happen randomly. That's amazing. No. So, that was just a cue confirmation, 78, 78, what took us to the post where it repeated. But did you hear where we were? You didn't hear any, did you, about where we, when I did the, when it says repost lost and it says what was POTUS's last tweet prior to, and who
they're
was
talking about before he was taken off.
Well, they're talking about to not the last tweet, but the second to last tweet. And I just read it.
I just read it.
You have it again.
Mm-hmm.
This is his last tweet, Dave. To all of those who have asked, I will not be going to the inauguration on January 20th. Okay. And that was on January 8th, 2021. But the last tweet prior to says the 75 million great American patriots who voted for me, America first, and make America great again, will have a giant void long into the future. They will not be disrespected or treated unfairly in any way, shape, or form. That is the last post prior to.
Wow.
And that addressed all the great American patriots who voted for him.
And that came back around as to the proper number of people that did vote for him.
And the giant voice, I explained to the Sneds, I thought that was Project Odin. Which
the giant voice that we did was had to do with the EBS system.
Right. But that's Project Odin.
Yeah. Mass notification system. Military emergency. Military mass notification systems.
And
and
with Elon saying that he could put Tonga online. It might take a little time, but he could put Tonga back online. Don't you think if they knocked the internet down that they could put us back online?
Yep.
Through Starlink, and that would be giant voice.
Yep.
Boom.
That's awesome. Wow.
That's what I thought.
We're at 54.
Yep. 55. Yeah, we read 55, right?
Yeah, that was on Friday.
And
Tweet.
well, no, that was in the mix somewhere. I picked it up somewhere today too.
You mean
That's the
55
look to
you
Twitter.
picked up today?
Yeah. 55 is not
Look to
in
Twitter.
the direct blue, but it's everywhere. Yeah, it's in the direct blue under 595.
Okay.
You see it?
Yeah, that's what took us there. Yeah.
Yep. So looked at Twitter, exactly this. My fellow Americans, the storm is upon us. God bless. And then 4 is November 2nd, which is the Huma book. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plan you hope in a future.
Oh, wow.
So how does that link to Trump's last tweet? Trump's last tweet said, nothing's going to happen to these people.
Hey, Dave.
Yes.
There's some breaking news. Arnold Schwarzenegger was involved in a serious crash in Brentwood, per the LAPD. Said a woman driving a red Prius suffered minor injuries. Arnold was unhurt. Wonder if something took care of his vehicle, took over his vehicle.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That just happened this evening.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Let's finish this.
Yeah.
I don't care about him. I don't think he's a good guy.
No.
4-car crash in Los Angeles, woman injured. Go ahead, Todd.
Then we'll have 53, 52, and 25. Those are the last ones. November 2nd, 2017. List out all who have foundations. Why is this relevant? How can donations be used personally? Analyze the filings. Who is charged with overseeing this? IRS? Corrupt? Politically motivated? Oh, you think it was kind of corrupt for BO to send them after the Tea Party members? The level of corruption in our country and most others is so severe there is only one way. Alice Wonderland. Military is the only way. Trump is standing with the military. 52 is November 2nd again. This book, Q's book. Review BO's financial disclosure when he submitted pre-de-election campaign. What is the annual salary of a sitting U.S. president? What is it, 400,000? What homes were purchased by BO? How much did it cost? How does it reconcile? What is the net worth of Pelosi? How does it reconcile? What is the John M. Institute? Notice any patterns related to the Clinton Foundation? Where did John M. obtain his surgery? Why is this relevant? Why is that relevant? What surgery did he supposedly have? How many days until he was back in Congress and sitting on the OSCOM? What is John M.'s net worth? How does it reconcile? What is Maxine Waters' net worth? How does it reconcile? You can play this game with most D's and many R's. What does the swamp refer to? What does money buy? Alice in Wonderland. You can notice they're all signing off with Alice in Wonderland too right now.
That's what's very consistent.
There's some God blesses, but they all have Alice in Wonderland references, or a lot of them do. And then the final one is November 1st, 2017, number 25. Follow up to last post. Refer to comments regarding Polly and John M. Some of us refuse to say his last name for a reason. This all has meaning, everything stated, big picture stuff. Few positions allow for this direct knowledge. Proof to begin 11:3. We all sincerely appreciate the work you do. Keep up the good fight. The flow of information is vital. God bless. I think that's a rather important little series because they're telling us how they're going to do it, and that Trump's still in control.
Yeah. Yep.
And no harm will come to us. That was a really good tweet.
It's related to the US.
Mm-hmm.
And it also ending on God bless, which is the 55.
Yep.
Ends with God bless.
Yes, sir.
A lot of Alice in Wonderland.
Were really good comms.
Yeah. And that's all just because of the deltas.
Yeah.
All right there in front of us. And that picture is fantastic.
I think that one really just, when I saw that, when I did the deltas and I popped that, I was like, Trump's still in control.
Yeah.
He's in the shadows, but he's still controlling them.
Yep.
Along with Admiral Rogers.
So what would tomorrow bring? January 23rd. Holy shit. We got a lot of them January 23rd.
You saw some of them. I kind of peeked ahead a little bit, but it's pretty
also,
good.
Letter to at Jack. Who did at Jack lose today? Goodbye at Jack. Predictable. All. Did at Jack lose anybody today? D-Class, POTUS, Durham, 5I.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Congratulations, UK patriots. Independence is a beautiful thing. Globalism dead.
Well, did you hear about the UK?
This is Brexit, but in terms of the UK, you mean, getting rid of the mandates.
The passports and the masks.
Yeah. And so here it is.
That's what I alluded to last week. Twice I posted it on my Facebook, and mainstream media hasn't picked it up yet.
Wow.
And then we went on to the other countries. And also the worldwide protests are great today. I think they were on O'Donnell Trumpo, and they were on Disclose. I thought there were some there. Yeah, the protests are mammoth. And, we never hear anything. When the world is protesting and our mainstream media is not sharing the information, I think we should share that information with the other Americans.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Because, why are we sitting on our hands? Will we have to get to that point?
We're not sharing
right.
Who's going to?
This is
look at that.
We are the greatest patriot movement in the history of the world. We are one, and we will win. Is that France? Yeah. This is Norwegian, Norway.
That's cool.
Right. They all got little torches. That's pretty cool.
Cool. They look almost like flares, huh?
Yeah. They're not letting anything on fire, so they must not be pissed off about George Floyd and, racism that's rampant in our country.
Oh, otherwise, you mean the fake
the fake Antifa, BLM rage.
Think we'll get to see his trial?
That would be interesting, wouldn't it? I think that'd be great.
Fake news is on there. That's great.
Look at this. Do you think we're winning, folks? Do you think we're awake?
The Army tweeted something about winning too, remember?
Well, the Army tweeted on our way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what else do you need? And then the 17 booms. Come on, guys.
Yeah. The 17 booms, the 17th anniversary of their marriage.
Eyes on target.
Yeah. The U.S. Army tweeted about sniper school in Poland today, and they had they were using a 50 caliber sniper rifle.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, it's awesome.
Scotland.
So apparently Ireland is freed also.
Is that right?
From the mandates.
Now, we got to be careful, right? I've seen Rainbow post and also Jazz just saying, hey, be careful. We've been here before. Swedish patriots. Look at Sweden. Oh, my Lord. Wow.
Looks like a Trump rally.
This was interesting. I don't know if you guys saw this. Check this out.
Yeah.
Huh.
We can't hear it, though.
For a liberal, she was amazing. Yeah, no sound, Dave.
We're not getting any sound?
No.
No.
It's like a whisper.
Not even a whisper.
Not getting anything?
Not even a whisper. Just, I mean, you can't hear it.
All right, tell me now.
Nope.
No.
Unbelievable. All right, let me do this then.
And what was great about this is listen to him trying to say but, and she keeps talking.
Yeah. How about let's try this?
I'm done.
Better, but still low.
COVID. I'm done. It's like I went so hard on COVID. I
remember.
sprayed the Pringles cans that I bought at the grocery store, stripped my
Better.
clothes off because I thought COVID would be on my clothes. Like, I did it all. I watched Tiger King. I got to the end of Spotify. Like, we all did it, right?
No, we didn't all do it.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of us did do it. And then we were told, you get the vaccine. You get the vaccine and you get back to normal. And we haven't gotten back to normal. And it's ridiculous at this point. I know that so many of my liberal and progressive friends are with me on this, and they do not want to say it out loud because they are scared to be called anti-vax or to be called science denial or to be, smeared as a Trumper. I'm sorry, if you believe the science, you will look at the data that we did not have 2 years ago, and you will find out that cloth masks do not do anything. You will realize that you can show your vaccine passport at a restaurant and still be asymptomatic and carry Omicron. And you will realize, most importantly, that this is going to be remembered by the younger generation as a catastrophic moral crime. The city of Flint, Michigan, which is 80%, I think, minority students, has just announced indefinite virtual schooling. In the past 2 years, we've seen among young girls a 51% increase in self-harm. People are killing themselves. They are anxious. They are depressed. They are lonely. That is why we need to end it more than any inconvenience that it's been to the rest of us. I think it's a pandemic. It's like at this point, it's a pandemic of bureaucracy. It's a pandemic of bureaucracy. It's not real anymore.
Yeah, significant.
And he
Significant.
says, I saw it. There's a clip that actually catches him trying to say "but" at the end like twice, and she keeps going. I think.
It sounds like it.
He says, but.
I don't know what he's trying to. Here.
Any inconvenience that it's been to the rest of us. I think it's a pandemic. It's like at this point, it's a pandemic of bureaucracy. It's a pandemic of bureaucracy. It's not real anymore.
No, you're right. He's saying but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the crowd is right behind her.
Yeah.
They're losing the narrative.
Absolutely.
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Even the left is done with the pandemic. This is funny. Acquittal. Kiss my ass. Democrats. Acquittal. Acquittal too. Kiss my ass.
I love Cat Turd.
Yeah, fantastic. And Tucker with
If
Dr.
you guys
Malone.
aren't following El Donald Trumpo, you're missing it. You've got to follow you got to follow Disclosed TV. You've got .tv. You've got to follow, and just look at what is shared.
This is Spain. Look at that. Have you guys ever seen anything like this? Ever?
Never.
Worldwide, people are awake.
And have you ever felt so close to other people in other nations?
The NHS staff is laying down their uniforms. They're throwing their uniforms.
Yep.
Wow. Fabulous. The Great Reset, the Great Resist.
It's awesome.
The Full Love Story interview. Oh, it was this a while ago, right? This was
Larry King.
May 17, 2005. Yeah.
This is Melania Trump, international cover girl, has now joined us. We got
international cover girl that didn't grace one magazine when he was in office as the first lady, is the most beautiful first lady we've ever had, and probably one of the smartest, if not the.
And most likely ruler of Russia.
Yeah.
The last Romanov.
Yeah.
It was a fashion week, September 1998.
the famous fashion week.
The famous fashion week.
We introduced.
That needs some. We need to
Can't hear
make it louder if you can.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Do we want to watch it?
I don't know. I didn't look at it today.
It's like 16 minutes long. I've seen it before. It's very good, but it's like 16 minutes long.
And that was May 17th.
Wow, 2005.
Wow.
Nice.
5/17/5.
Yeah. 5/17/25.
Well, 05 would be 5. Drop the 0.
Right.
So you got 5/17/5.
Yeah. Yep. I like that.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll play a little bit of it here. Let me
That's how we met.
Like right away.
I went crazy. I said I was actually supposed to meet somebody else. There was this great
Can't hear it.
sitting next to Melania. I was supposed to meet the supermodel, and
yeah, it's not gonna work. But
Man,
you guys
that's
can
just-
find it. You guys can find it anywhere. It's pretty. It's significant. Definitely worth worth the watch.
It's right up there with the I'm never gonna quit. One day I'd like to find out who's really with me, you know, who my friends are and who my enemies are.
Yep. Hey, when was that? What was that?
Oh man. Was that in 2010 or something like that?
This was the wedding. Wow.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah. Look at that.
Awesome.
He's a good-looking dude. I mean, he gained a little weight, but I mean,
Hey, everybody wanted to be Trump. Rappers sung about wanting to be Trump. They wanted Trump's life.
Yeah.
He was invited to every big fight. If he didn't show up, it wasn't a big event.
Absolutely.
Trump was it.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
He was the man. Everybody wanted Trump's life.
Yep.
And they all started attacking him because he wanted to fix the country. Sorry, he did that too.
Yep.
He's going to go down in history as
one of the best.
Wow. He will be on Rushmore.
Yeah, totally. Check that out. Yeah, that's happy birthday, Mr. President. I mean, anniversary, Mr. President and Melania. Oh, this is hilarious. El Donaldo Trumpo. He put a mustache on him. That's great. Daily reminder, Trump won.
Yeah, I love that.
Boom, right on Anderson's face. Let's check this out. I'm sorry, we're going to have a problem with the audio again. I have no idea. Yeah.
Imagine how quickly this kind of read a piece that you just wrote.
Yeah, I'm sorry, folks, we're having those issues here. Let's try one more. Let's see if we can get this one sounding good. Here.
Don't you have a volume knob that you can just turn?
This is Joe Biden doing what Joe Biden does.
I wish.
Yeah, well, I never imagined how quickly this would all unfold. The person they sold on the campaign, the nice old, moderate grandpa who just wanted to help everybody get along and compromise, is not what we got over the last year. He has no mandate really to do much of anything. It's amazing that he got a couple of things done when the mandate was really pretty clear. 50-50 Senate, a near 50-50 House, and a pretty close presidential election. The mandate was simply replace Donald Trump and don't do anything drastic or stupid. And everything about this agenda is extremely drastic. And he's been angrier than I think people expected. He's been more divisive. He's been more partisan. You look at the issues. We built 5 years of coverage on Trump out of Russia, COVID, and democracy. The president at his press conference invites Russia to invade the Ukraine. We got more deaths under Biden than Trump. And now we have the president and vice president and leading Democrats question the legitimacy of the 2022 election. Are we any better off on these three issues that we crucified Trump over? I think he has a lot of political problems. And an AP poll came out this morning. Only 28% of Americans want the sitting president to run for re-election, and fewer than half of Democrats. This is a disaster.
Wow. That's huge.
See, when the mainstream media is turning on the D's,
Yep.
They are just imploding.
Yep. 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 He's in Texas next weekend. Well, good stuff. Holy cow. We got some
that's all we got for you, Dave. We don't have
much. Well, that's fun. Really good stuff, folks.
Yep.
I mean, I'm just glad we went to the Deltas. Good call just going to the Deltas.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot in the other places, so I just said, well, you got to go to the tried and true.
Yeah.
I usually go there anyway, but I like the specific data that I get from the tweets.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get specific things, but this was this was right in your face. This was great with the confirmations also.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, with that, I'm going to hit the sack. I'm tired again. Dave caught me. He called me right before the show, and I was asleep, and asked me, "Hey, what do you got for tonight?" And I said, "Well, I just woke up. Let me see what I can find." So,
Yeah, exactly.
so I think we did all right, right?
This is what lazy Todd looks like.
Just woke up from his nap.
I wasn't dialed in even, so
yep.
I'll dial.
And guys,
in.
if
I'll
you want to
dial
hit
in more
Cindy
for
up to
Monday.
wish her happy birthday weekend, to see her Venmo down here. We dropped the PayPal, etc. earlier in the chat there, and yeah,
Remember to send it as a gift, and there won't be any fees charged.
that's right. Exactly. Exactly. All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your birthday weekend, Cindy.
Thank you. I plan to.
Awesome. And we will see you again on Monday. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Monday's show and to see what is next in the world.
And you are looking kind of fuzzy, Dave. I got to admit that your camera.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because of the lighting, because I have the lighting so low.
I don't know. I do like that. I like the lamp behind you. That looks cool. The lighting looks great.
Thank you.
Not quite as good as the ass crack, but
if I did something like this, does that do any better?
Actually, I think you look blurrier now.
Is that right?
Yeah, it did switch. I saw it, so it is something probably lighting related.
This was. I was gonna do this, so I got a little fireplace going here.
Yeah, that's nice. Hey,
very pretty.
Hey, leave that on, Dave. I need to get to sleep, and we don't have a fire here, so that'd be really relaxing.
But what I'm trying to do here is make the fireplace a little smaller, me a little bigger, and it ain't working there. That's odd.
Well, don't burn yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much, and happy Saturday night into Sunday, and good
Hey,
stuff.
have a good time batching it. I'm out of here. Love you guys. Be loud.
I'm not.
Okay, I'm signing off. Bye.
Well,
all right. See you, brother.
See ya.
I wanted to say one thing. Can the Sneds pray for one of our beautiful Sneds over in Hannibal, Missouri, Anita? And we all know who she is, but today is a rough day for her. 25-year-old marriage is coming to an end. He thinks that she's part of a cult by listening to us. So there's a differences. Like I told her, there's lots of relationships, friendships, family, you name it. A lot of people have gone through this, sadly, during this whole awakening process. And obviously it's not a cult when we tell you guys to do your own research, to check us, check our facts, but yeah, she could use some extra prayers. Her name's Anita, and just burn your prayers. That'd be awesome, guys.
All right, Anita, I'm sorry to hear that.
And I sent you a picture of baby Grace too today from Grandma Cat, but I don't know if you got that or not.
Oh, I didn't know.
Snail mail, probably not.
AOL, yeah, you got to break free.
Yeah.
Yeah, not there.
That's okay. It'll be there for Monday.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you, Cindy. Happy
Thank you,
belated
everybody,
birthday.
for your birthday wishes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Much love. Good night.
Good night.
So Anita, I'm sorry to hear about that news, and that's tragic that but so many people have been taken out by the division that they have successfully created. It's tragic how much division there's been. 1,635 beautiful folks in the theater tonight. Welcome, one and all. David Snedeker here, hanging with you on this Saturday night. I am, just troubled by the world around us, and yet so excited about our future together and what that will look like. It really is fantastic when you think about all the things that they've tried to get on us and haven't been able to. And so here we are in this imperfect world, standing our ground and making sure that our children are safe, that our family is safe, and it couldn't be at a more important time than we are at right now in human history for us to really be clear, about what's going on in the world around us and who's causing these problems. Okay. So folks, I want to show you what I was talking about earlier. Okay. This is a product that a dear friend of mine, many, many years, turned me on to, and he knows the doctor who created it, and I'm going to have the doctor on the show. But since I discussed this earlier with you, I want to share it with you. Basically, and let me put it in the chat here. The website is, I'm dropping it here, and I'll show you here in a second. Okay, I'm dropping it right here, and I'm taking you to it now. And the website is Happiness, spelled HAPINSS. And what you want to look for is the shield right here, Shield MZ. Okay, right here on the right side of the page. You just click on that, click on Learn More. What this is, it's a zeolite, okay? But there are two things. Now, it says $70 a bottle, but all you have to do is two things. One is you're probably going to want more than 2 bottles, but let me tell you what it does first. The two keys to this are, one, it is zeolite, which means it is a very porous substance. It's like little sponges. That's what this stuff is right here, okay? Like little sponges that attract minerals into it. All right? It's called zeolite. Now, we've all done this. We've all taken it, ingested it, and we've taken it in our bodies for our stomach, in our bodies. But here's the key to this, two keys to this zeolite that this man created. And we're going to have him on, Rick Dietz, on Dr. Rick Dietz on probably this week. Two things. One, when you pull it out of the earth, because it attracts so many minerals, there's already minerals in it. So the sponge is less effective. So he figured out a way to get all the things that were in it out so that it is a fresh sponge going into your body that's going to absorb heavy metals. The other thing that is so absolutely very vital to this is that he found out a way to make it so small that it literally passes through the blood-brain barrier, which is so elusive and yet is so welcoming to aluminum, mercury, and heavy metals. Let's say you want to order 3 bottles for your family. If you hit subscribe and save, you can get it for 23% off at $54, okay? And then when you go to the cart, type in Snedheads. But with the HEADS, Sned and then HEADS, just like Snedheads. Apply coupon. Invalid coupon. Hold on. Let me see. Maybe he changed it. See. Yeah, that's not working, Nancy. What's going on with that? Let me see. I think I might have to go to a different source. But this is the key to this is let's see. Let me get this for you. So very key that that the 2 major things that okay, hold on, are the size of it, okay, and let's see, the size of it and the ability to draw out more toxins because he got that which it had already collected, right? Let's see. This is not working. I believe it's an additional savings. So if you guys want to hang on until Monday, probably wouldn't go out anyway until Monday. So if you want to hold on until Monday's show, I can get you the login, or let me know if you want to. Hold on. That's not working. Yeah, I wasn't ready to launch this tonight, but because I had talked about it. So Nancy, can you help me out if you're still on as to what I'm doing wrong here? Because I went to the right source here. Yeah. Okay. Set up an account, and when prompted for code, enter Snedheads. All right, so set up an account. So if you set up an account, let me see. You can set up an account and then at some point use the code Snedheads if you want to jump onto that tonight. But I'll give you better information. And I'd even wait until you hear the doctor firsthand, okay? Because the doctor is going to blow you away. I've heard this guy speak, okay? Yeah. Maybe if you got a discounted price, it won't let you use the coupon. Maybe that's the case. Let's try this. Let's go back to one-time purchase. And no, still didn't work. Okay. So at any rate, 1,381 of you in the theater. Any questions before we wrap up, my friends? You're going to love this doctor, by the way. He's amazing. And on Monday, we're going to have a 20-something guest who's in law enforcement, who's going to share some things with us about her age group and what's going on with her age group and what she's finding out and what she's hearing. So we're going to share that with you on Monday. Let me see. Let's see. I need this stuff quick, David. Okay, we'll get this. We'll get that information for you. I tell you what, I'll post it as soon as I get it. Let me see if I can do this while we're waiting here. No, probably not going to be able to access him. Rick Deitz is his name, is the doctor, by the way. And let me get to, let's see. So we'll get on this stuff right away, guys. Literally, it's going to be, I'll have the definitive order information for you by Monday. And then we'll, let me see. Here we go. Let me try this. Okay, let me see. Okay, I just sent him. Hopefully, I'll hear back. Let's see. That's a good question. Thedu asks, what forces a zeolite to leave the body? There's zeolite that do a good job absorbing, but then end up recirculating in the body. This all I can, it comes through the urine, but all I can tell you is that Rick Deitz has said that if you, as soon as you your first pee after taking the zeolite, it's is toxic. That's how effective the zeolite is. I don't understand why that's not working there. What's going on with my studio? This is odd. Sorry, go on. My studio's freezing up on me. There we go. Yeah, something's going on, folks. It's like we're getting shut down. This is very odd. Huh.